Alright, let's dive into what's been happening at the Detroit Lions training camp, because there are some seriously intriguing storylines unfolding here. And I've got to start with something that immediately grabbed my attention: Jahmyr Gibbs. Personally, I think this guy is shaping up to be a game changer. I mean, he just signed that 3-year extension, and already he's making impact plays like it's nothing. What makes this really interesting is how quickly he's bouncing back into form. You saw it on Sunday: vision, burst, and those crucial third down conversions. In my opinion, this isn't just about his talent, it's about what he brings to the offense's rhythm. When you take a step back and think about it, having a player who can turn a backed-up situation into a 5-yard gain and keep drives alive? That's huge. It raises a deeper question: how much more dynamic can this offense become with Gibbs fully integrated? Now, let's talk about situational football, because that's where things get really fascinating. Picture this: 59 seconds left, down by 4, and the offense starts at their own 19-yard line. 2 incomplete passes, and suddenly it's 3rd and 10. What happens next? Goff finds Gibbs for 17 yards, and then Bartch breaks off a 31-yard slant. One thing that immediately stands out is how quickly this offense can flip the script. But here's the kicker: they still fell short. The drive ended with an interception in the end zone. What this really suggests is that while the Lions have the firepower, they're still ironing out the clutch moments. From my perspective, this is where the difference between a good team and a great one is made. Shifting gears, the nickel cornerback competition is something I've been keeping a close eye on. Honestly, it's still anyone's game. McCreary has been in the mix, but Isian is making a strong case too. What many people don't realize is how critical this position is in today's NFL. With offenses spreading the field, having a reliable nickel corner can be the difference between a stop and a touchdown. I'm curious to see how this shakes out, especially with a rookie like Keith Abney too in the conversation. Another detail I find fascinating is the offensive line battles. Blake Miller, the rookie right tackle, seems to have locked down his spot, but the left guard position is still up for grabs. Bartch is back, Mahogany has the early edge, and Frazier's versatility is turning heads. If you take a step back and think about it, this kind of competition breeds depth, and depth wins games in the NFL. Lastly, I've got to shout out Skyler Gill-Howard. This guy is 6 foot, 280 pounds, and he's slicing through the backfield like it's nothing. His leverage and first-step quickness are game changers for a defensive lineman. What makes this really interesting is how he's standing out in a position group that often flies under the radar. Personally, I think he's someone to watch as the season progresses. So, here's my closing thought: training camp is where the foundation for the season is built, and the Lions are laying some seriously intriguing bricks. Gibbs' impact, the nickel competition, the offensive line battles, these aren't just storylines, they're indicators of where this team could be headed. What do you think? Which of these developments has you most excited? Let me know in the comments below.